Are you sick of these mono black discard decks? I know I am. That's why I've created anti-discard green. Let's go. Welcome to the Attic Mana Dad here. It's the channel where we explore what's fun in Magic, mostly on Arena. On Arena, everybody and their mom and their pop is playing the mono black discard, ripping apart your hand, dropping bats, being hopeless, whatever. Hopeless Nightmare, is that what it's called? The enchantment. It stinks. It stinks. But you know what? With the Lilianas and everything else, there's an answer. And that answer is Obstinate Baloth. An oldie but a goodie. We got back in Brothers War. When Obstinate Baloth enters, you gain 4 life. Okay, so good against the mono red decks too, I should add, which are also running rampant right now. And the Rakdos aggro decks. If you can drop a Baloth, that's a big old Baloth they have to get through, and you're gaining 4 life, which is no joke. But if a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard Obstinate Baloth, put it onto the battlefield instead of putting it into your graveyard. Boom. All right. You want to make me discard a card? Boom. Free 4/4. How you like them apples? That's what we're talking about. So I based this on a deck that is got like a 66% win rate that I found on untapped.gg in Platinum and Mythic. Okay, so it's a mono green deck that already wins, and I did add the Baloths. The Baloths were not in there. I had to kind of trim down some tumblewags and such, and then I thought I'd throw in some other stuff that's fun. We got Innkeeper's Talent here. I've been very impressed when this card has been played against me, so I'm excited to play it myself. It's 2 mana. It's going to put a +1/+1 counter on a creature every combat. And for an additional green mana, permanents you control with counter on them have Ward 1, which, as we know, is the most annoying thing ever. And then if you got another 4 mana that you can put into it, if you would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice that many of those kinds of counters on that permanent or player instead. So Tumblewag is nice. It's also putting +1/+1 counters. Sharp-Eyed Rookie can get +1/+1 counters. Quirion Beast Collar, +1/+1 counters. Goldvein Hydra, +1/+1 counters. Evolving Adaptive gets oil counters, which are essentially +1/+1 counters. And, well, I guess Exploring can do +1/+1 counters. There's a lot of +1/+1 counter synergy, is what I'm saying here, in the deck. So we'll go through just very quickly in mana value order. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe if you like this sort of deck. Leave a comment, let me know, because I base what kind of videos I'm making on what kind of feedback I'm getting. If you're not liking it, that's feedback too, and you can let me know. Hard-hitting question. This is our main removal spell here. We got 3 of these. Target creature deals damage equal to its power to a creature planeswalker you don't control. So we've got to have creatures on the board, and it is sorcery speed. It's a bit, that is a downside against black, but hopefully we've got a little like trick up our sleeve, like Sword of Once and Future, which can give the equipped creature protection from blue and black, and get them surveils and do some value stuff, but that's not the big deal. Flourishing Bloomkin, you've probably seen these in the mono green deck. This has just become an all-star in mono green. Rarely cast it for its disguise cost, mostly just a 2 mana, like 3/3, 4/4, just beef. It's just beef. We got a Hunter's Talent as another removal spell. It kind of does the same thing. Target creature deals damage equal to its power to a creature you don't control. Can also level up when you attack. Target attacking creature gets +1/+0 and gains trample. So if we do get a threat, let's say a hasty Axebane Ferox, putting a bunch of +1/+1 counters on it, having it have Ward collect evidence for is not too bad, not too shabby. Make black eat up their graveyard to remove it. That's pretty good. So we got that. We got the Innkeeper's Talent, which we talked about. Quirion Beast Collar. When you cast a creature spell, it's going to get +1/+1. Can also distribute the +1/+1 counters. It'll gain life, but it doesn't. Whenever a creature you control enters, if its power is greater than Sharp-Eyed Rookie's power, or its toughness is greater than Sharp-Eyed Rookie's power, like say a Baloth maybe, put a +1/+1 counter and investigate. The investigate is pretty nice. Feral Encounter, I trimmed down. There were 2 of these in the deck. I trimmed it down to 1 since we've already got the fight spell here with the Hunter's Talent that we're trying out. It's a fight spell, maybe a little bit of a draw spell. Mostly a fight spell. Sentinel of the Nameless City, of course, is just good value for 3 mana. And Doomscar Warrior, I trimmed down one of these, but these, you know, you might want to go back up to the full 2 of. It's a 4/3 backup 1, which +1/+1 counter synergy once again. And when it deals combat damage to a player or battle, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You can reveal a creature or land from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. 19 forests, 3 Mishra's Foundries. Let's take this to the ladder and see, can we get that mono black discard deck and show them what's up with the Baloth? Let's go. What are we going to match up against? Will it be black? Spellheart Chimera, if that is your real name. Okay, double Baloth. Gotta hope it's black. Please be black. C-Note Scout. We'll have to scout for a good C-Note. I think we're just hunting for land at this point. Hardcast the Baloths if we have to. Okay, okay. Green, black, but there are discard builds. Oh, green, black, blue. There's the Beast Kala. Need to hit some lands. Need those lands. Opponent plays a land. Ashnod's Harvester. Not a land. We can put the Harvester in the graveyard. We can just make this a 3/3. That's probably our play here. Let's attack with the 2/2. They want to trade, they want to trade. They do. Drat. Well. No opponents hitting their land drop. They had no problem discarding an island. Okay, wait. Oh, no, those are the same. Okay. But they were doing the all different art thing on us. Cash grab! Love that card in limited. Another scout. Try to find a land. Land? You are not a land. We are really getting mana screwed.
No! This thing is eating my hand! In other words, how long of a screw is necessary? Screwed.
I'm a little worried opponent seems to want all this stuff in the graveyard here. It's probably, what's that enchantment, that green-black enchantment that makes plants and stuff leaves the graveyard. That's what they seem to be built around. Hallelujah, we got a land. I guess I'll go with this. I'm just going to keep hitting. They can trade if they like. Cash grabs again. Graveyard is full of stuff. They haven't found their key piece yet, knock on wood. Harvester. Okay, so you just attack with everything. don't know if the Baloth gains us that much, although it's a good attacker. Let's take out a Harvester. Those guys they're trying to keep around. Main Hydra. Only activate maps as a sorcery. They'll chump the 5 damage. They go to 7. See if we can get the Harvester Hydra bigger. Another hard-hitting question. Well, I guess we can play a Baloth and play that next turn. Clearing a blocker might be relevant. See what they can do. Opponent has all the little creatures that come back from the graveyard. Whale of the Forgotten. Discard a card. Oh, well, don't mind if I do, opponent. Baloth. Yes, I discarded to the battlefield. You're welcome. Opponent's like, what? What just happened? They bounced the Beast Collar, which is sad. I think it was about a 4/4 though. Maybe it was a 5/5. The Gorehound. Surveils. It's down to 1 actual card. Urborg Repossession. Okay. It's gaining some life. Combat Courier. It's playing as a blocker. Surveilling. I think we've gotten lucky in that they have not found their combo. So even though we're not closing it out quickly, we are doing our thing. Okay, so let's first of all take out one of these guys. 1 less blocker. And then I don't think it really matters if we play the Baloth. We could actually attack with the Mishra's Foundry. Then they block the 3 and the 4, and they take some that doesn't quite kill them. Alright, yeah, we'll just get the Baloth down. Set up for the win next turn. They go to 4. They're going to need a lot of blockers. Did they get what they needed? They got a land, it looks like. They can make a 4/4. I think it's scoop time, opponent.
You know what a hurry we're in!
Salty didn't like it much.
I don't suppose you could have split things up.
Salty?
Rub. Do it! Salty. I am only waiting around to kill you.
There we go. Mono green has not been competitive for so long, but maybe things are turning around.
It's not that easy being green, having to spend each day the color of the leaves.
I like this hand. The D's hand. I think let's go with the Scout. I like exploring right off the bat. Okay. Kind of hoping to get a +1/+1 counter, but you know. Might be up against a fellow mono green here. Except they didn't come out with 1-drops. So I could do Hydra into Sentinel. Guess that's the less efficient method, though. Bramble Familiar. Ooh, Fisher's Foundry. Well, let's buff up these evolvers. We'll come in with them. I don't think they'll block. Next turn, Gold Vein. Halukranos. That's another one you can definitely run in this deck. Tail Swipe. Okay, takes out our Sentinel. Ouchie wouchie. Okay, Sharp-Eyed Rookie would be cool. Just to follow up with the Hydra. We could do a kind of a rebuilding turn here. We're going to need something huge to take on that Pelucranos. I'm kind of in favor of doing the Rook. Maybe buffing up one of these. Are we just all in? They've got a Sentinel. Okay. So it's an interesting mirror match. They've got some cards we're not playing. Bramble Familiar, Pelucranos. They find a Tail Swipe. They're going to leave that on top. They're finding more removal. We're not playing Tail Swipe. Okay. Well, I think it's time to just do the Gold Vein Hydra. They got 2 4/5s. Should we wait one more turn and try to get a 5/6? They didn't even attack. We could explore for something. Let's explore. Okay. Ornery Tumblewag. Yeah. That could be good. That'll buff everything up. Silverback Elder. Is dropping heat here. Huh. I think I'm inclined to just take 8. We could get rid of this Pelucranos for the cost of a couple creatures also. Maybe that's not so bad. They were kind to drop their Elder initially. Go 2 for 1, but that's okay. Now, do this for 5, I believe. Yes, 5. Grow some of the team. And no attacks. Oh, yes. Guess it's a 5/5, so that doesn't quite get it through the Silverback Elder. And they will blow up our clue. Oh, they just go for ramping. Possibly even more scary. Bramble Familiar. Now they'll blow it through. Making that Sentinel nice and big. That's a big Sentinel. Okay. They don't choose to... guess we'll go bigger on the Hydra. No attacks. Drop a land. Because why not? We're holding them back. 15-16. They could drop a land. Tyrannax Rex. Yikes. Okay. Our inability to find removal here has been pretty bad. So they're willing to give us a free kill on that. And what do we is it rookie? Because we could saddle the Tumblewag and really make a giant Hydra. Take a big hit here from the Tyranix Rex, though. I'll admit that. We go for the Tyranix, okay. That is pretty juicy. Okay. It's a land. My turn. We hit a land. That's not great. All right. It's a suicide Tumblewag. There it comes. Now it's a 14-14 trample. What do you think of them apples, opponent? They're willing to put the silver back in front of it. No, they're not. Okay, so they're going to take 12 trample damage. We have a pretty good blocker. I'm going to hold back this forest. Filer of Vigor is pretty nice top deck for them. Could bounce Bramble Familiar back and start pulling stuff out of their graveyard. They do have to worry about a 14-14 trample. Yes, they do. Okay. Oh, Scout. Scouty, Scout, Scout. You are not a good top deck. Sharp-eyed Rookie. Let's just play for... I mean, that could help us draw cards eventually, but... What do we do? Do we attack with the Gold Vein Hydra? If your opponent, you block with... the 10-10 and the 5-7, probably. You only lose one of them. Then we're sitting on like the most gigantic amount of treasures. I think we do have to pressure them. They're triple blocking. Just in case I had a removal spell, which I don't. I could kill 2 creatures, but then they have behind a 10-10. It's Trample, Toxic 4. We could absorb 6 of it. Very tempting. This guy trample. This guy's trampled too. Maybe I do just take out 2 out of 3. They bounce back the Bramble Familiar, then they don't have much else going. Doesn't look like they do. Nissa, uh-oh. That's probably game, right? They can -7. Yeah, good game. I could turn this on. but I can't absorb 10 damage. Right, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Nope. Alright, well. I mean, it's creatures you control, so that was a good top deck for them. Mono green. Mono green won the match. Mono green, where have you been? Deck winning 66 out of 100 games. The shell, at least. We'll see. Keep it. Okay, okay. I like this curve out here. Keep it coming. Back you for 2. Crack the Fabled Passage. Is this like a green-white control deck? Why are they running Fabled Passage? That's what I want to know. And Radiant Grove. What? It's not even Sun Petal Grove. Okay. Archangel deck. Well, the question is, do I go Tumblewag, or do I think I just go Sentinel. But they might have removal. At least it pays back with the map token. They're going to get lost. Okay. We're going to have a lot of map tokens. That might mean they're dropping the whatever exile all temporary lockdown. That's the one I was trying to think of. I don't mind giving us map tokens. Land there would have been real nice. Come back with a hasty threat. That's hard for them to deal with, although they do have 3 cards in the graveyard. Missing my Boseiju over here. Jace, are they going to play defensive Jace? They are.
You can be made to obey.
I think we want to get on the board. It's going to hit Planeswalkers. Control must be feeling pretty good since we're missing our land drops. Maybe we're supposed to play the scout and hit the land drops. I don't know. Herd migration. Finds a forest. Plays a forest. Thinks the beast collar. Interesting. Hunter's talent doesn't help. Oh wait, does this hit? No, just to a creature. No, I don't need another 1-drop, thank you. Thank you very much. I do the beast collar, does that make it more of a threat? Like it. Leyline binding, hitting the beast collar, no doubt. We can reduce the Jace. I'm just going to get this talent down. Giving something +1/+0 and trample could be our play here. Definitely not equipped against this deck. We need enchantment removal. what we really need. Heaped Harvest. Would be favored in the best of 3, I'm sure. And get one of these creatures.
You can be made to obey.
Can saddle this guy. Oh my goodness. Well, let's try to hit a land. Can we counterspell it? I wish you would, opponent. Hey, we do hit a land, okay. So, they have 2 cards in hand. I think we expose the Mishra's Foundry. Double up the counters on the Scout. I'll try to take out Jace. I don't think they let me, huh? Maybe I was supposed to double up the counters on the WAG.
A minor setback to Phyrexian's plan.
They're ramping like the Dickens over there. Atraxa? We're almost at the point where we could take out an Atraxa with hard-hitting question. Herd Migration, okay. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good card. Maybe I just... Baloth. No. Well, I'm gonna have a good decent amount of blockers. If they want to double block, they'll lose 2 of their guys. Maybe I do the Ferox? Or I could do the adaptive, adapt this up. Or I could just start drawing cards with the Hunter's Talent. Leyline Binding there. Open this up. Another blocker. No attacks. Uh-oh. Up the beanstalk, okay. Well. Looks like they're going to take out the Hunter's Talent. Heaped Harvest. Rampin'. Innkeeper's Talent. Interesting. No, we'll just be drawing cards. It's not trample. I'd love to get it up to 7 toughness. This puts that up where it trades. I was worried about the crackback. If they want to lose 2 3/3s. At a certain point, it becomes worthwhile for them to temporary lock down. Oh, yeah. So they might have a temporary lockdown as their last card. Certainly ramping. Just hope they don't draw any 5-drops. What's it going to be? Another Heaped Harvest, that's fine. We're fine with that. I don't know how many basic lands they have left in their deck. Seems like maybe just forests. What if I should just power that up? Saddle this. Can I saddle this? No, I can't. The bigger one trample. Erase. Get lost. Yeah. And they're gonna block. Interesting. Well, what do I play here? Just Baloth and crack a map. Just keep getting threats here. Flourishing Bloomkin could be nice. Wouldn't it be nice if you could flourish all the Bloomkins you had to do? Lush Portico. Well, if we're hoping they don't get temporary lockdown. Maybe activate this. One damage away. Actually, did we miss lethal? We missed lethal. We had the 2 damage with Mishra's Foundry. Okay. I think this should do it though. See if their deck has any draws that win the game for them. Sunfall, no! Oh. Wow. Sunfall. And an Archangel of Wrath. Wow, I'm just totally gonna lose here. And they can make that a 4/4. What the bleep, man? Aquarian Beast Collar. Does that get us back in the game at some point? Just go for something else. Okay, we're gonna block this with the 4/4. Just the 4/4, I hope. Okay. Target attacking assembly worker. The ability almost no one ever uses. Dead draw, dead draw. Just land. We can make our Mishra's Foundry a 7/6. Like they got enchantment removal, or they're just reading. We can do double permanence, maybe. Do we have enough mana for that? Probably not yet. Can't believe the card they ripped off the top was Sunfall. What a tremendous rip. Opponent thinking hard.
You know what a hurry we're in!
Salty didn't like it much.
I do not suppose you could speed things up.
Salty?
Do it! Salty.
Okay. Well, they might have spot removal. Are they trying to get me to use the buff? Sun falls again? Oh my gosh. They're good gaming. That means they can't handle the Foundry. Oh my goodness. What a game. If you watched all that, leave a hashtag what a game. Mono green, anti-discard. We'll get those black decks. We're gonna get them. If we ever match up with one, we will get it. We will get it. That's... There we go. Zubik. And you solve a Zubik cube. It's like a Rubik cube. It's just a couple more dimensions. No green mana. Opponent goes first. That's a big mulligan. That's a keep. What do we drop? We won our Obstinate Baloth. Maybe this Innkeeper's talent? Bit gilding the lily. Hey, it's black. Oh. It's an exile a card from hand, though. Don't think that works with this. This is a discard. Barrel encounter, sure. I guess we'll keep that. Might be useful. Another Ruthless Negotiation, okay. How many of those you got, opponent? That's the question. Like a cut down for the scout, possibly? Should do it for the Bloomkin. Evolving Adaptive. Well, yeah, let's just you would have been nice. Take you out with Extreme Prejudice. Get in. Fountain Port. Sacrifice a token. Draw a card. Hostile Investigator. Here we go. Thank you. Finally. Maybe the Evolving Adaptive would have been good to play. How you like them apples, opponent? Yeah, we got the life here, so let's just start getting in. They want to trade, they want to trade. What is that? The clue? That new art? Clue art. Another hostile investigator. Okay, well, unfortunately do not have Baloth number 2. Let's see what we rip off the top. Let's Tumblewag we cannot cast. Pass the turn. Why? Because you made us exile all our lands. To be fair, with how often I've been flooding out with this deck, I thought I would draw more lands. This is going to be real sad if we lose to the discard deck after specifically trying to beat it. No blocks for now. Something good off the top, please. Sword of Once and Future would be good if we could cast it. Which we cannot. Are they out of discard spells? Probably not. Probably just going to do the 5 mana from the graveyard thing. Was it a mistake to exile one of these forests? I think we already took a mulligan. Man. Hopeless Nightmare. There goes all our game. Boy, that Sword of Once and Future would have been nice. Beast Kala. Well, that's the last thing. I think this is just holding up because they can sacrifice the Hopeless Nightmare or crack a clue. Draw. Just draw a bunch of duresses, please. No blocks. You can take one more hit from this guy. We are getting in perilous territory with the Vine Lashers. One. So they're just casting. Just to be rude. No attacks. Crack the Nightmare. Cry 2. Hopeless Nightmare is what this game was. Boy. That Baloth tech was not enough against opponent that draws. Well, we lost all our lands. And they draw this many hostile investigators.
Distractions. Let's make this quick. One of your friends has to leave.
Sure you didn't want to make us both discard their opponent? That would have been great. Is that foolish? Should I take it? I mean, I'm almost dead to the Vine Lasher. And they have a cut down. All right. Go for the throat. Same difference. Sad. Well, if you stuck around, you got to see the disappointment. Not that we didn't have the best variance, obviously. We were on the draw a bunch. But mono black deck got us. And that was supposed to be our matchup, but did not do well against it. I think maybe 4 times out of 5, maybe we don't win. Maybe mono green just can't get there. I mean, I took this from a deck that was a version of mono green that was winning. I don't think I changed enough to make it that bad, but maybe the Baloth, it's just not the time for the Baloth. The Baloth is not the heat that you need. Those exile spells really got us losing the forest. Anyways, if you stuck around, prove it in the comments by leaving hashtag Baloth Dreams. We did get to live the Baloth dream and put a Baloth in against the discard deck. That's that much we got to do, and we got to do it against that other deck too. So that was fun. Anyways, thanks for joining me in the attic. Check out the other videos that YouTube thinks you will like. And this is Mana Dad reminding you, Magic is a game so fun, even dads can enjoy it. Adios.